My initial impression of this game was, oh boy, an underwater flight sim. That Subwar may be on the surface, but the game is too well executed to pigeonhole. A+ for the attention to detail on the command center. It looks like the busy intersection that it is, and you get the feel that you're just a fly on the wall. But then again, who isn't? An options screen is available from the command center. Every time you enter the game, you must recalibrate your joystick. Terrain and objects can be adjusted to appear textured for a realistic view, wireframe, or a completely useless happy medium. You will hear this theme again. Texture view may slow your frame rate slightly, but it's hardly noticeable since the game does not move that fast to begin with. Your sub can be made immune from exploding upon impact with the seafloor or other subs, but you're on your own with weapons. You can also adjust the detail appearing on your screen. With all objects selected, your sonar will even track sea life. Naturally, you can also adjust your enemy's abilities just to keep it fair. Even on the easiest setting, fulfilling your mission goals isn't exactly easy. Once established, it's time for a briefing on your first training mission. Mission objectives and instructions give you all the information you need to get through it. Naturally, you can't move on to the next mission until you've completed the current one. Another pre-mission task is configuring your sub. Each sub does have its own default configuration, or you can customize your weapons cache as well as group formation. You can have a wingman or be one yourself. Your sub's cockpit is refreshingly concise and to the point, consisting of 3 status screens and a navigational aid. From left to right, they are navigation objective, sonar contacts, weapons, and a direction finder above the sonar screen. The red line is an artificial horizon of sorts, and of course the crosshair. The latter two can be toggled on and off. Navigation is as easy as following the arrows on your directional finder and aiming your sub through the green triangles on your screen, which are themselves the waypoints. The yellow bar underneath the weapons screen shows your sub's own sonar profile, which, strangely enough, coincides with your power setting. The bar goes all the way to the right and turns red, which means you can be detected by an AM radio and a beat-up Pinto with a coat hanger antenna. Under the yellow bar is your damage indicator, which also goes from yellow to red. The omnipresent grids represent thermal layers, boundaries between layers of water that differ in temperature. These thermal layers are like lead curtains to a sonar, and you can hide from another sub's sonar by popping through them. The red grid means you're on the cooler side, which is the underside. Targets tracked on your sonar will be marked on your view screen with a vertical line leading to the closest thermal, supposedly to help you judge distance to that thermal. But it didn't help me any. The targets are color-coded and have an abbreviation for the target type. The type pictured is marine life as indicated by the word bio underneath it, and its friendly or enemy rating is undeterminable. At the end of every mission, you'll get a tally of your performance. As you can see, it's quite possible to sink friendly subs, though this isn't recommended behavior and doesn't count toward completing your mission. You're also shown how many weapons were fired, how many targets were hit, and how much money you earned from the mission, which determines your overall ranking among the other pilots. Send enough enemy vessels to Davy Jones' locker and you'll quickly find yourself scaling the corporate ladder. The damage you suffer in combat can lead to the unfortunate but realistic situation of dealing with damaged components. Possible results of damage includes loss of sonar, which doesn't necessarily disable your weapons, but your torpedoes will be rendered useless. If you suffer any damage at all, get out quick. One great emergency tactic is to blow your ballast tanks and head up. You can worry about finding your waypoint later. Your nav aid will still point you in the right direction. In this scenario, the culprit is a minefield. All you have to do is get close to one of these babies and they go boom. And once they go, the others go, and it's a short trip from there. The trick is to blast them with rockets from a distance, but you'll need great aim. A real mind-blowing feature in this simulation is the weapons view. Yes, you can actually assume the viewpoint from the head of a torpedo or rocket as it propels through the water. This scene has us about to smash into a mine, and as you would expect it, the lights go out upon impact. This is your tactical view, which displays your position as well as that of your waypoints and any targets being tracked and their type. On those occasions when you do take a hit, check your damage status screen, which shows a CAD-like rotating view of your ship and the status of each system. Of course, you would probably opt for going down with the ship if you knew that you would immediately be captured and taken prisoner by the opposing corporation, no doubt destined for some slave job like an operator at some mail-order company. In any event, being captured is as good as death in this game, and thus the less than honorable end of the line for dummy number 2. And that's how the cookie crumbled in this visit to Subwar 2050. Pound for pound, I was impressed by Subwar. Keep in mind, this was my first sub-sin, but you can bet I'll be back for more because I bought this sucker when I was done testing it. Now, if I only had more time.